Dert etme beni yani. Sorun değil.
Valla ilk sefer iletişimsizlik oldu arkadaşlarımla İngilizce, Türkçe. Hani Mine Hanım da bize şu dilde yapın demediği için hani göre yaptık röportajları. Geliyor mu sesim?
Böyle kesik kesik geliyor. Bilmiyorum, benimki düzgün geliyor mu?
Sizinki düzgün geliyor. Zaten sizin dedikleriniz daha önemli olduğundan hani sorun olmaz galiba. Başlayalım mı ister misin? Zaten hani ben sizi bayağı tuttum.
Tamam, olur.
Gaye Hanım, our first question for you is like that. In Turkey, the IB program has a presence of 25 years, as you all know. Considering this 25 years time period, what is your general opinion about Turkey's IB program implementation?
Yes, I think it's been 25 years now. It seems to me as if it's yesterday. When I first encountered with the IB program, it was 1998 when I started to work at Able School, which was one of the schools starting IB in Turkey. And IB Day was held at the same school. And there were many presentations, discussions, and I met many friends, teachers. So I learned a lot about IB. At that time, there were only 3 or 4 IBs, diploma program schools. None of there were none QIP and NYP, only DP programs, 3 or 4 schools only. When I looked at the IB website yesterday, I see that there were 72 schools, 72 IB programs, 48 of them being VP programs. That was an astonishing thing because, during 25 years, it was not easy to implement this program. And so many schools are successful in implementing this program. And there were only, private schools in the beginning, but now I'm happy to see that there are also public schools and a growing number of public schools. This is very important, and it's a big success, I guess.
Yeah, I think so too. And I was going to ask you, what do you think the reason why this such a dramatic increase happened over the years?
I think all the IB schools, the teachers, the IB coordinators, the principals worked very hard. They made many presentations, they prepared reports for the Ministry of Education. They gave conferences for the professors at the university and for the directors, representatives of Ministry of Education, Higher Education Board also. So they worked very hard. Many IB documents were translated into Turkish so that the teachers who do not speak the language can learn about IB. They went to the conferences, the IB days, workshops. So I think there's a growing number of schools, also a growing number of teachers who are interested in IB and who are very enthusiastic about learning about IB.
Okay, so you just explained that there was a great amount of work that you did
A lot
for
of work. Yes.
it must
I
have
remember.
been hard for you. It must
Uh,
have taken a
Not
lot
very
of
hard. Yeah, not. I will not say hard because everybody who was working on this program was so enthusiastic about learning and also teaching. So although it took a lot of time of ours, we were happy.
I see. And since you were so enthusiastic about this program, do you remember any funny stories or any particular memories throughout this journey?
Yes, the very important thing is not only we were trying to teach the people who want to learn about IB, but also the IB representatives had to learn about the Turkish education system, vice versa. So we also try to explain our national education system to them, and how hard our students are working for both programs, especially for the VP. I mean, since they're getting two diplomas, they have to work twice as much as the other students. Also, they have to enter the university examinations. They have to work hard. For memories, funny memories, I remember a primary school parent, who wanted to see me, and I didn't first understand why. He entered my room furious, very angry, shouting at me. He was holding a leaflet which we have prepared together with the PYP and YPT coordinators. This leaflet was for the parents of students starting from kindergarten to high school. And at this leaflet, it said there were some requirements for the students to enter the IB program, such as not having failing grade in their report cards, having good command of English, having good studying skills, and etc. And this parent was angry because he thought maybe his daughter will not be able to enter the DP program. Maybe she wouldn't be a good student as we wanted. And but the child was only 4 years old, and she had more than 10 years for this. So I tried to soothe the parents since the child is at the school. She will first start PYP, NYP, and will be successful to enter the IB. And another memory, again, another very enthusiastic parent who learned about the DP program and wants his child to get the IB diploma. But this school is in the science school and didn't even start the program. I think he thought that this IDP exams are something like SAT or TOEFL, so that you enter it. I mean, if you get the good point, you get it. And I try to explain that the student has to be registered first. I mean, follow the lessons and enter the exams and do the work. I mean, the essays, the presentation, the lab reports, CAS, extended essay, TOK. So it was not only an exam. From this, we understand that a parent, if he learns about the IB program, he wants to, I mean, he wants the child to get this diploma. It's such a prestigious diploma, you know. So everybody wants to get it, but it's not so easy.
We are so lucky, I think, as IB students, to be able to do such a program.
Yeah.
You just explained that as you go through the program and its implementation in Turkey, you and also the parents find out more about the IB. So I was gonna ask, when did you become a representative of Turkish IB Schools Association, and what were some of the highlights that of those years for you?
Yeah, I think this post is not so important because all the IB coordinators are working hard for their students. But as the representative, as I go back to those years, the most important thing I can remember was going to the US as the Turkish school representative. I was invited to the IB Americas Association's meeting, and Turkish representative was the only representative from the AEM region. So this shows that Turkey is very important for IB, and the number of schools are growing so fast that they thought, I mean, they have to choose the Turkish school representative to invite to America's association's meeting. They wanted me to make a presentation about the IB schools. I mean, our problems and challenges, recognition problems and everything. So I gave information, I made a presentation about Turkish IB programs. And also I learned a lot about the America's representatives' problems. It was a great challenge for me. Another thing was we held a meeting at Able Schools together with in coordination with the regional office, all the representatives from the IB schools, from the ministry, the professors from the universities, and higher education board were invited to this meeting. And together with the IB schools, I think it was a great job.
It sounds really informative as a meeting. And I was gonna ask you also about what do you think will be the outcomes of this exponential growth of the IB program in Turkey in the future? Where do you see the IB program in Turkey?
Since it's an international program, I think the philosophy of IB is also, how can I say, I mean, evaluated, and I think it is trying to be reflected in the national program too, the philosophy of IB, the international mindedness and everything. I hope in future the Turkish system will be more like the IB program, and I hope the number of IB schools will grow, and maybe in future the students will be able to enter the universities only with the IB diploma without entering the national high school, I mean national university examinations. Teachers, principals, and the people who are interested have many opportunities today to learn about IB, the workshops, I mean, IB documents, blogs, websites, conferences, IB days. So it is easier now to implement IB when, I mean, looking back in 1990, there are many more opportunities today.
And I was gonna also ask about your suggestions to prospective IB schools. How should they implement this program? What are some aspects that they should be careful on?
They will have to read a lot about IB. There are so many documents. IB website is very useful, I think. There are so many webinars now, which are very interesting, I guess. And there are workshops, there are job-alike sessions, IB days, conferences, and everything. So I think they are very lucky if they want to learn. I think they have to try to internalize the IB philosophy. If they do that, they will be like good teachers, successful teachers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was all as of my questions. Thank you so much for your contribution.
If I could help you, I'm very glad. Thank you, Izzy.
Thank you, Gaye.
Good day.